What's up, guys? It's TCM MarkyB here, back again. Once again, 2 weeks away. Apologies for that. Obviously, been taking a little brief hiatus from the YouTube scene. The reason for that is just due to me being really busy. I really should prepare myself when I'm away, taking videos, preparing beforehand so I have videos to upload. But really, I just didn't really have anything interesting to upload or talk about. Any good content, in all honesty, that I could potentially put on my YouTube that I feel like you guys would be entertained by. And I'm past the point of wanting to upload just for the point of uploading. I don't really want to upload if I have something to tell you guys, or any content that I really feel like that is good for you guys to watch, or entertaining for that factor. Regardless, anyway, going forward, EGL12 was the past weekend. Got 2 videos the next 2 days to talk about. Obviously, tonight's video is discussing EGL12, a rather informal video, just discussing the event in general, what happened, what went down. I want to also thank a lot of the fans and sort of supporters of EU Call of Duty in general, and not only that, myself and TCM for coming out this weekend and supporting us at EGL12. It was amazing. There were so many people asking to take photos, just asking for a general chat and just sort of asking advice on certain things. If you ever had a chat with me, write in the comment below, and I really want to thank you guys, because it really does help give us that extra motivation going into our games that weekend, knowing that you guys are behind us, wanting us to win. It's great to see. But not only that, the people who turned out just to support EU Call of Duty in general. There was once a stage where EU competitions were just really the players in the crowd. It was obviously you played your tournament. If you got knocked out, you stayed and you watched the rest of the matches. So events like EGL7, EGL5, EGL9, EGL10, even EGL11, the crowd was the vast majority players who participated in the Call of Duty tournament that weekend. And only a few of the people in the crowd would be people from outside of that. And those numbers definitely drastically increased at ICs. I've not really talked to any of the guys at EGL about sort of spectator pass figures. I don't know if they would have drastically increased, but a lot of the people were telling me they're just here to watch the event. I was putting out tweets the last couple of weeks trying to say, if you're near Sheffield, might as well come along, support EU Call of Duty. If you're a fan of the best teams in the world, some of the best Call of Duty in the world will be played at EGL. Obviously, EU teams are sort of looked down on as being not as good as American teams, stuff like that. Obviously, placements at Call of Duty Championships sort of play into that, but at the same time, I completely disagree, and I think that there's a lot of EU teams who would, with regular practice, I think ourselves and Epsilon would definitely find ourselves in the top 6 of American Call of Duty. I think that the real reason we're not maybe delivering at the major events is just due to us not having enough practice against top quality opposition. Obviously, we'll scrim against Epsilon, we'll scrim against other teams of that matter, but really, unless we're playing Epsilon, it's not really the best of practice. I don't feel like this is disrespecting a lot of people saying this. I just don't think there's many other top teams in Europe. It really is hard to take scrims seriously, like proper going for it, like proper going ham, unless you're playing against Epsilon. And I don't feel that that's the case in America. When we were sort of in there for the week at the Envious House, the competition we got was insane in terms of how much went into those scrims and how much we learned from that. And that's where Americans really have the advantage. They have so many more teams that, like, for example, you can make a mistake in a game against a European team. You can make a mistake, but your team's just so much better that regardless of that mistake, you're still winning the game. You don't notice mistakes as much if you're winning the games, because you just think you're playing flawlessly, unless the mistake is obviously so obvious. But regardless, you don't really see your little mistakes unless you're exposed to them by a top opposition. And that's really where you get that from. And Americans have that day in, day out, scrimming top quality teams, always getting that. And that's why they are the best teams in the world. I'd love to see how good ourselves and Epsilon would do if we had like a month, maybe if we even lived in the US, and seen how we prepared for events and seen how well we done. Because I think that the 8 players in both our teams are some of the best players in the world individually. I just think that that's sort of like what I was just going on about really comes into effect. So just went off another tangent like I always do. EGL Oh my god, sorry, just ate dinner. EGL12 was obviously just this weekend. We came second, Epsilon first. We went into EGL12 just really wanting to experience with Petey. We'd never played with him before. None of us, I've teamed with him at an event before, but none of the other two players have ever experienced teaming with him. It's good to notice sort of players' tendencies and wanting to improve. We didn't really want to go into our first event with Petey being a major, the likes of G43, the likes of MLG Anaheim, whatever other events get announced potentially. We didn't really want that to... Oh great, I'm getting a phone call. Just going to have to... We'll be back in a second. So yeah guys, I'm not really quite sure what I was talking about when my girlfriend decided to phone me there and sort of interrupt. So I'm just going to bounce back in straight into EGL 12. We came second, lost to Epsilon. Congratulations to them. Yeah, I don't really know what else to talk about. I can't really remember what I was specifically on. I was probably pretty near the end of my discussion about the whole competition thing. Yeah, that's the end of today's video, guys. I'm going to talk a little bit about my sort of new routine and what really I need to sort of sort out in my life. I'm not really going to go into too much detail today. Just want to really say, please watch tomorrow's video and it'll give you more of an insight to that whole thing. Anyway, thanks a lot, guys. Subscribe if you haven't already, and also like the video. I really appreciate it. I'll see you all later. Peace out. Bye.